God, I love the music in the countdown scenes. Welcome back to ZeldaSpeedRuns, folks. Thanks for bearing with us while we did a bit of a quick switch over there. It's time to bring you our second matchup on the lineup tonight. That is, of course, the Swiss Round 2 match between Ellendar and AnimusUnited. Both of them are at 1-0 at the moment, so this should be a very interesting match. Hope you're all looking forward to it as much as I am. So without further ado, I'm going to toss things back to Warlock and Tracking Barai and commentary. And joining us on commentary, Star1468.
Hello,
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Jinx.
So,
how are you doing, Marai?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good after that last race. That was a fun one. Let's hope, let's hope we get something. I'd like to see these runners hit with such a seed to see that the way that they would play it, because that was a previous seed was not really built for newer runners to have a good time with. And I'd like to see these runners who are definitely higher up there in terms of experience handle something like that.
That should be interesting. The last two is Z2R race streams put up on ZSR. Last night's second race was also an absolute fiasco. That ended in an hour 54, I think. It was an absolute mess. We've had some unfortunate luck. Let's see if it continues. Well, unfortunate luck for the runners. Chats love the messes so far.
Yeah, unfortunately, when we have better runners like this, they're just going to have two dry canyons and it's going to be an absolute jet.
Yeah, because of course it's the good runners who get the nice seeds, although this is straight vanilla West, so maybe not. Let's see how this goes, because these are interesting ones.
All right, when I schedule my week 3 race, we're going to leave vanilla out of this. Trails, if you're my opponent, we're not doing vanilla. Just putting my foot down now. We've seen too many vanilla continents.
We have seen a lot of these. I swear it's only like a 1 in 7 chance or something like that. There's quite a few volumes to choose from, but it keeps on happening. Oh, absolutely, Psychonaut. We can blame Chris for everything. Isn't that what he's around for? Then.
Magic Container Cave here a little nicer to these runners than the previous one, and the Magic Key right off the bat.
That is a very nice early find.
Yeah, no need to have to be worrying about fairy casts and fairy costs with how many lives you have and all of that nonsense. So that's just going to completely erase any door that we see.
Yep. Trails, by the way, disagrees with you over no vanilla, so you might need to argue with him if you get clunked with each other next week.
Well, we'll see if Yallows changes his mind. Anyway.
Trails here, one of our most experienced and long-term runners, as we find a raft. Yawn. That's making this seed rather nice and rather early.
Exactly where it was in the previous seed as well.
Yeah, that Chelsea, one of the most senior, most experienced runners, has no need. Previous Max Champion, previous top finisher in the assorted other tournaments, does not agree with, does not need any handicaps of any kind.
We didn't get a check on Rory's spell. We're just going in to get it.
It's not too unusual early in seeds just pick up the spell, because no matter what it is, you'll probably have some use for it, even if it's just Reflector, Fire, Life, or Shield. That's the way it's going. And the answer today is Fire, actually. Alrighty, I guess. We'll see what that's linked to, once we can cast it, because I think that was 73.
It was 79.
Okay.
But yes.
Won't be casting that just yet. No hint there.
I don't know if we're going to see a Rudo check.
Just a hair under full 5 magic bars, so they're going to need a few levels for that.
Did Animus not get the key? Oh, I guess he did not. I guess he game over, didn't he? He got kicked out of here. Okay, he's back to this cave.
Yep.
So Ellendar with a 1 cave lead over $500. 1 cave lead over Animus. Probably gonna go east to check out the Rapid Desert.
It's really the only place you can go. I guess you could go see where the trophy is and what it unlocks, but you can't really go any further in that direction with that jump or fairy, so Rappa.
Yeah, it's going to be probably Hammer or Trophy over here, and then Trophy would be, or whatever is in Rudo's spot. It doesn't have to be Rudo. It could be Mito and Rudo's spot. Or it could be...
We might end up digging this palace, too, because we do have that Eddie key.
Oh, no, I guess we stay straight Vanilla West. We have no town shuffling. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Trophy or Hammer are going to be over here on the eastern side, or in our palace over here.
Yep. Just where is going to be the question. First going to check Stonehenge, then the palace. Of course, you have to go through some rather irritating encounters to get to Stonehenge.
Ooh.
They are seeing here, one of the reasons why the vanilla biomes are not particularly well liked is they will railroad you extremely hard. Very closed off, very segmented, and you will need the thing to get out of your starting segment. Which here is either Jump, Fairy, or the Hammer to get out of the starting area.
Ellendar down to one final hit here. Does not get trolled on the edge of the screen by a rock that appears immediately.
And there's a hammer. Alright, so that answers that question, and Ellendar is out of here. We'll be back later for that palace.
We don't even know what palace that was, do we? It could have been P1. That would have been a potentially easy dip.
Would have been nice if it was P1 in Clarabelle so you could just never go back to Parappa.
Exactly.
But instead we're gonna just head straight south. Trails, yeah, true that, true as well, Trails noting in chat, if fire equals jump or fairy, that does count as luck to go through Jump Cave, but the level grind would have probably sucked a bit. P1 having an instant glove lock would be funny. Yeah, or whatever palace is in Parappa. And Animus is not doing it either. Alright, we're not seeing that palace for probably quite a while here.
I wonder if that's going to come back and haunt us.
It might. Ellendar is indeed still on no levels other than the starting one, still 111, and missed up to 223.
Levels are a crutch. He's just flexing. He's like, I don't need any levels. Watch this.
Well, that just got him a game over, so he does want some levels. Not having much luck in P-Bag Cave or Heart Container Cave today.
Good old Red Gyra. This is probably the trickiest spot to have a Red Gyra. Or, oh no, it's in the next spot. Okay, it's in the next spot. My bad. This one you can jump over that little lip there and get him pinned up against it. Makes it through regardless.
Now with the Xanus picks up just a P-Bag. Womp womp. Now with the Raft and Hammer already picked up, we can go most anywhere on this Vanilla West, and take any of the 3 continental connectors available to us. It'll be interesting to see where they go, because they've got options.
Yeah, it was, even though it was a Vanilla West in the previous race we had, it didn't have straightforward logic in that regard, so it was a little different than Vanilla across the board, but like you say, we'll have to see what happens here and where these connections lead.
Heart Container for Ellendar is high-fiving here in this cave. Yep, Heart Container Cave and P-Bag Cave just switched their items today, it seems. It's a couple early nice items. Whole west is open as Animus goes down to his last life. It'll be interesting to see where their routing is. Ellendar now going to go back into Heart Container Cave to get that P-Bag. Up to 213, and that 5th Heart Container is very nice to have this early in the seed.
There should be a 500-point P-Bag, unless Animus has already found it, that Ellendar showed us on his side, which is where he got that little bump in levels from. Animus might have already found it, though. Again, with the standardized drops, I don't exactly know where they are in the early game ordering here.
Not particularly familiar either.
Oh, there it is.
There is gonna take attack 3.
So, Ellendar having no levels just a few minutes ago has many levels now.
Yep. As the randomizer likes to do.
Oh, now we're going to get a palace check. I don't know what you're looking to find. I mean, you can find a palace that you can do. You can find GP, and then every other palace is open to you, and you won't get trolled by a 50-50 potential GP somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what these guys are looking for. It looks like a
P5, which is a palace that has been interesting dig this early in the seed.
This is exactly what happened in the previous one. We had a P5 sitting in P1 spot, and boots were in P5 as well. So we'll see if the boots are here on top of that.
Yep. P5 sure trolled yesterday as well. I believe those were also the boots. Yeah, I think it was boots in 5 and hammer in 2, or it might have been the other way around, and both got severely trolled. Yeah, I'm a little surprised as well. Clem neither checked this palace before heading to the grass tile, but they didn't. I'm a fan of this kind of bluish purple color we've got going here. Not as much a fan of this brick pattern, which is always a little trippy, but I do like the color.
Ellendar handling the enemies in Medicine Cave here. He had a red dire in the previous screen, took care of that, got a 1-up as a drop from the friend of his, and just a magic container in Medicine Cave.
Alright, that is also our 2, 3, 4, second to last item here in the west. No, that is the last, I can't count.
Yeah, when you've got the hammer, all the item caves are pretty close together on... Oh, there's our fire check. It is jump. That means down stabbed. Here we come.
Yep.
I was saying that all of our item caves are pretty close together, and especially when you have the hammer on the west, you can just clear those really quick. It's probably worth your time to do that. And so that's what we saw. And we see a glove block in P5, in this direction at least. We have, I think, one direction left.
I think so. Ellendar here is looking like, as he takes a death, is heading for Saria, which will be another spell, and it might be that Continental Connector, the vanilla DM entrance. Let's see what that is. As we've got 3 different options for how to get off the west, and we'll see which one, it's going to be interesting to see which ones they take. Speaking of fire jump, there it is, in Karak has the candle today. Speaking of jump, there it is in Saria for Ellendar, okay.
Yeah, this could, I mean, I'm thinking about what Animus's plan is here. I mean, yeah, we could kill Guma at attack 2. Man, I don't know if I would, I don't know what that feels like. If attack 2 rolls down or is really poor, I don't know, I'd be hoping for at least an attack 3 out of this, because an attack 2 Guma might be the worst thing ever.
It's also just a major, it's also just a major time sink, because it is slow to beat up Guma. There are save strats that will work, but it's gonna take you 5 minutes to beat Guma on low levels. Oh no, that's a vanilla shuffle death mountain, and Ellendar takes one look and goes, nope, to heck with that, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's interesting. But that means that the back end of our vanilla West Death Mountain entrance is going to be the other side of that. So it's not going to be used as a pass-through. The only reason we'd be in there is because Spec Rock or Hammer Cave. Yep.
Though they may still need to go through Spec Rock or Hammer Cave at some point, but unlike yesterday, we will not need to troll through vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain to get to the rest of the game, because that happened yesterday. That was a mess. And Reflect is in Rudo today, so let's see where that trophy's gone off to.
Also 3 hints in Rudo. We'll see if any of the citizens of the town know anything.
100 points off the Red Dire Knuckle there for Animus will be life 4.
Completely missed what the woman said.
Haven't the slightest idea, unfortunately.
I'm assuming it was an east or west. Go east. Okay. It was so quick that he didn't even see all the text. So I'm assuming he saw the direction or the label of the continent there. So east trophy reflect.
Couldn't have been the west anyway, because we've seen no items in the west.
True, very, very true.
This is going to be Mito and then sailing east. No reason to go find the other Death Mountain cave, and they don't have ferry to go through to the island yet. Not that they really need
Goomba.
to. Here's Goomba. Attack 3 Goomba, who is a bit sick today, already down 2 bars. That's good. Still being pretty tanky, because it's Goomba. What's a surprise?
I don't think Animus has exhausted all the paths over here where he was able to access Goomba, but we did see that glove block. So if the item is behind the glove, this might end up being a double dip. And in that case, if Ellendar has the glove by the time he reaches P5, or comes back to P5, I should say, that could be a bit of a time save.
Yep. But this Goomba fight going quite well so far. And there we go.
Easy Goomba.
Very nice and clean fight. 100 point
60.
teabag.
60 experience shy. He's just going to place it and take the gem for 60 points. That's fine. I didn't see what the medicine blocked for spell-wise this time.
No idea, to be honest. Hopefully someone in chat caught it, because I also missed the sign. I was looking at the Goomba fight.
Yeah, it's medicine in P2, but I just don't know what the actual spell was. Going back into P5 here, you're going to check for the item on maybe some of those other paths that we didn't see earlier.
No hint in the King's Tomb. Got one of these lovely outdoors rooms, and chat says Thunder is in Mito. That's fun. And Vanilla East! Really, game? Really?
I'm asleep already.
Okay, game. Okay. Yes, we get the spell here in Naburu. Sure.
Yeah, fortunately, we won't have the Vanilla Maze Island.
That is guaranteed to be vanilla-like, because that's the one that actually randomizes the Maze Island layout in any appreciable fashion. And chat confirming the P5 item is glove locked. Thank you. And the Ellen Heffley are turning after in the chat saying he is not so. Alan being the person who decides on the flags for these tournaments. Thanks, Alan.
All right, so Naburu had we just saw it. What did Naburu have?
Naburu's got the spell.
That's what it was, yeah. Naburu has the spell. We're going to check our item cave here. If it's nothing of importance, we're going to be headed north through the pass-through cave and over to Maze Island.
Yep,
and maybe a Darunia check as well.
Yeah, because we need a flute. We need boots. We need a glove. We need medicine. We need a whole lot of stuff for this seed, apparently. With full vanilla means you need everything.
Yeah, Animus is making me. Animus doing the check here. The palace in the swamp. Did Ellendar do that check?
He did not. This is our first time seeing the swamp palace, which is P2.
There's our
nice
medicine. Nice.
Color. And that's a P bag on Ellendar's side. Yeah, this will be medicine in 2 for to get us our thunder spell, which is nice.
Helmet had 2 rooms in.
Okay, that was fast.
Not heavily injured today either, but attack 3 probably going to be able to handle this.
This is about what the game usually gives you. You're usually at for Helmet Head in a more typical vanilla playthrough, yeah.
So I wonder if Ellendar's thinking, hey, I'm going to go back to the west as he's doing and check the swamp palace because maybe the boots are there. He's wondering. I bet he's thinking that.
He'd like boots or flute because it's annoying to get around the east without either of those things. As misplaces his second gem of the seed. 18 minutes in.
Yeah, lucky for him, he will have to go into this palace regardless. But now I wonder if he's wondering if the Parappa Palace has his items. So I wonder if we'll see him go all the way back there to check into P5, only to do the same thing that Animus did. And they'll be matched up. Because technically Ellendar, knowing everything we know, Ellendar would have been in the lead to just go into Maze Island and check that out and do a Darunia check and see what all is in that area over there.
Mm-hmm. But he has understandably decided Vanilla East with neither a boots nor a flute is not sounding like a fun idea. Let's see if I can find either of those things before going back.
Yeah, Animus not having the hint for Helmet Head medicine for Thunder, so this is going to be where Ellendar sticks around, unless there's, of course, a glove block blocking us from this item as well.
Mm-hmm.
See, I always feel like I'm slow for checking a lot of these things, but I feel like we're going to see some double dips because of this.
We will.
Yeah, Ellendar already on the east, should have probably just gone to Maze Island, and Animus dipping out of P2 when he should have just stuck around for the medicine. But again, neither one of our runners knowing that.
Oh no, and Ellendar's going to have to backtrack to Parappa too, because he does need to be Guma eventually. Well, we don't know yet if Animus will need to go back to P5. Depends if that item's required. We do know it's glove blocked, so they won't be going back there for a bit. Helmet Head game overing Ellendar. Ouch. As Animus finds the hidden death, he should have stuck around. Oops.
Yeah, I wonder. He doesn't need to go back right now. He probably won't go back. Yeah, I'd probably just sail this direction and see what awaits him over here.
Oh yeah, and he's like rolling his eyes at this vanilla east because it's like, okay, game, okay.
Yeah, he knows, same as Ellendar, he knows he needs the boots to get to the Ocean Palace, or the flute to go down south, but he knows that he's glove blocked out of 5 for the item, and he knows that P2 is now the medicine, so he's not going to go back to the west, whereas Ellendar is now going back to the west to look for these things, potentially.
Yeah.
So even though we saw Animus, I don't want to say struggle a little bit in there. He didn't get the magic key out of Magic Container Cave as soon as Ellendar did. He was slightly behind in that regard. I think we've changed positions now due to the way that Animus routed the west, and that we've seen the west routed on Ellendar's side. Medicine also not too far into 2. I think we're just seeing Ellendar kill these Iron Knuckles for this level. I think that is life 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree with Charles, it's not much of a time loss, it's more than 0, and Bright knows all too well how close races can be in this tournament. Yeah.
We've had some close ones.
Yeah, just a few.
So, just a few. So we're going to be seeing our P-Bag and P-Bag Cave, I believe is what awaits Animus here. And then he will hopefully be headed north, because without Fairy, you can't go to the Island Palace on the west. He's got nowhere else to go at that point, though. So he's going to head north through the pass-through, and then maybe we'll see a Darunia check. Maybe we'll first see a check for Maze Island, but either way, those are only 2 options moving forward here so far.
Yeah, P-Bag for Animus there, as we saw earlier. Let's, time to have a go again. That Helmet Head for Ellendar.
I think Ellendar was standing a little close to Helmet Head a few times and took a few bullets, or whatever you want to call those, to the face. If you stand a little too close to Helmet Head, you see he's a little taller than Link, and so when he shoots his fireball bullet out of his head, he can go above your shield just enough to hit your hitbox up there, and that's what happens. You don't want to stand too close to Helmet Head.
Yeah, but there's a gem number 1 for Ellendar here. Your runner is relatively fairly close. Done things in slightly different orders. I'm a little... Ellendar does have medicine, a momentary brain fart, so he's fine there. But then slightly different orders, which has not really made any variety of difference, honestly, at the moment, as Animus takes a lava bath.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ellendar looks to be headed back to the palace in Parappa Desert, going to be P5, just Guma awaiting him there, and no item to be rewarded with. So as much time as he had ahead of Animus here, coming back and making these checks.
It's evening out a fair bit, and he does have to come back to the west, don't forget. They will need to beat that island palace eventually, and they cannot get there on this trip. New ferry for that one.
Animus is going to be doing...
Okay, good.
Okay, well, Animus is going to be doing our Darunia check here for us in a moment, so we'll be watching for the sign here.
Needs to survive the trip there, because he's down to his last life. And finds out it's the shield spell. Alright, so that's good to know.
I'm not sure we're going to be walking all the way back in this direction. I think we're just going to see an upstab pickup and then probably not come back here, because this is it's a bit of a walk to get back to vanilla Darunia. We have fire spells, so which is jump, so we're good on the upstab pickup.
Ideally, you do this, you clear out Maze Island, you don't come back up to this end of the east because it is a trip.
Precisely. Unless we have P4 on vanilla location Maze Island here, so I don't know. These vanilla maps are, jeez.
There's something else. Or if Maze Island ends up being, there's some goofiness. It is exceedingly rare, and you'd have to have a fairly stupid item layout for it, but there are exceedingly rare cases of boots-locked Maze Islands.
I was just gonna say, you're hoping for a boots-locked Maze Island, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess from a palace perspective that would be fine, but they at least have to find something for progression on Maze Island, otherwise...
Yeah, they would have to find
it
an item of progression in Maze Island still that's not behind a boots lock, or the boots themselves would be funny, because they are running out of stuff to do. They have no access to eastern palaces, they have cleared out everything in the west, though I guess they could go do Death Mountain, Mirai. You know, that vanilla shuffle Death Mountain we have.
That's right, we have a Hammer Cave, could be a Hammer Cave flute. I mean... Our dreams might just come true.
Indeed, chat noting that the child is just in the east, so that's one less item to be thinking about for now.
It might be a Wednesday thing where you don't schedule your races on Wednesday because the randomizer hates Wednesdays.
I think the randomizer hates all days, Mirai.
Well, it's funny because I ran a seed earlier today that I DNF'd because it was just a practice seed that I DNF'd because I played it in a weird way and I had such a linear progression that it was unfavorable, and for me finishing, I was just so done with the seed. I was like, I messed this up big time, and so maybe it's a Wednesday thing. I don't know.
Nicholson Mir from the last race certainly doesn't has an opinion about the randomizer hating Wednesdays, considering the seed he got just now, as Animus heads into Maze Island, which is looking entertaining. Not boots locked yet, but that's not fun.
Yeah, looking like the river is in at least the bridges on the river are in a good position here. So I don't think our dreams of boots locked is a thing today.
Sadly not. It requires some pretty seriously lucky RNG to get that. Lucky or unlucky, depending on your perspective, that is.
Yeah.
I do remember Guma being decently far into P5, so poor Ellendar is just still looking here. Animus is not finding either item yet in Maze Island. The layout's not the nicest. There's Guma. And Ellendar is probably gonna go get his health back.
Yeah, very close to this 1180 life level here, I think is what that is.
Yep, and that one up works too.
Oh, too funny. This is kind of bad. This is a little bit of a time loss here, going back and trying to find something to fight.
I might have just taken that one up and used that. Then, well, yeah, there we go. Animus is taking a wander around, has not found either item yet in here, which is kind of funny. I'm assuming at least one is next to the palace at this point, and the other is down one of the annoying side paths.
Oh, sorry, that 1180 was an attack level, not a life level. I guess
Oh,
life
geez.
6. I guess 1180 for life 6 is a little cheap. So yeah, that makes sense. Oh wait, this is the item room for Ellendar.
Oh, Animus didn't find this earlier. Interesting. That,
Oh.
unfortunately, is just the cross, and that is a flute for Animus. That's big. You really need that in a straight vanilla East.
Yeah, that would have been a huge turnaround had that been boots or flute in P5 there, but just the cross.
Yep. Nope, P4 here in the maze.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back to the maze a little bit later.
Unfortunately, we'll have to hike back there. We have not found Reflect, and it's in one of the it's in Rudo behind the trophy, which is in the east behind Boots and/or the flute. So yeah, that's almost certainly a double required double dip of the Maze Island. Because of course the randomizer does that to you.
Looks like Ellendar's only getting about 2 heart containers. Oh, I lied. That's more than 2 heart containers that gets taken off. Wow. So I saw him with 2 heart containers down. He must have taken a bop somewhere else. Perhaps, and there it is. It's about 3 heart containers per hit from Goomus. It's a 2 shot. Okay. I thought it was 2 because he was only missing 2, and I was thinking that it would be a 3 shot. But man, Gooma coming through with the flail on top damage here.
Attack 4 making a little bit of a difference over Attack 3. I'm not sure how much, because Gooma's trolling. And yeah, I think Animus has gotten a little bit lost in Maze Island trying to find this second item. I'm not sure where it is, but he isn't finding it. It's not in this segment up top by the palace, I know that much. I'm pretty sure it's down south, I just don't know where it is.
Did he check the northeast section there? That whole northeast section is like linear. Oh!
Oh, that's a game over. I believe he did. I'm confirming what I was thinking, that it's in the bottom left 7 tile area he skipped.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking it's bottom left. He had to go... You come in on the bottom right corner, you kind of like middle bottom left side, and then you go right and up to get up to the palace. But Animus not check some of the bottom part. Ooh.
Ellendar, like 1 or 2 hits away from that Gooma kill.
Yeah, and he's gonna go back in because you don't really want to hike back here.
Yeah, especially after thinking about after finding the item, you have no reason to come back here now. And that's one thing that might troll Animus, is that he might think that an item could be in P5, although he'll probably come back here last. So I don't think he'll get trolled by it, but it's entirely possible with that still left on his mind, thinking that it's glove blocked, he might come back here at some point to check for the item and then be unrewarded as a result.
Depends essentially on when he finds Boots seems to be the main other thing they need at this point. Boots, we know where Flute is, we know Glove can't be in 5 at least, we know where our spell items are, so it's the Boots that Animus would go into P5 looking for, and if the seed ends up going that way.
Yeah, and I was going to say with the Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain, if we had pinpointed like the last 3 locations for our items being Hammer Cave, Spec Rock, or P5 on Animus' side, I wonder if he would choose P5 over Vanilla Shuffle DM.
That would be a choice he would not be a fan of making. If he's currently doing some more western exploration that Ellendar did earlier. And I agree with Trails. The Flute does open up a decent amount in the southern portion of the east, but there is still a decently non-zero chance of something being in Death Mountain. They really don't want to go there, but there's a decent chance of it. Yeah, the trackers are looking a little bit empty right about now.
Has Animus done the check? Did he do the check across Saria? Was that he did. No, or was it Ellendar?
It was Ellendar who checked. I don't think
Okay.
Animus actually went all the way there. He did open up Bogbu, but I don't think he actually saw Death Mountain.
I think he might be checking the back side because it's a little bit faster. If it's something terrible, it's a little. Wait, here we go. Yes. It's a little bit faster. Okay, we're not going to get a check at all. It's probably a little bit faster to hit up the double bridge tile on the backside of Death Mountain and see where that goes. But I would
mean,
say he knows it's Death Mountain, yeah.
Yeah, because it's vanilla, and more vanilla.
Yeah.
It's kind of obvious at this point that both connector caves have to go to Death Mountain. He doesn't know for sure it's a vanilla shuffle Death Mountain. It could have been just a regular little canyon or something that just so happened to have the 2 connector caves, but today it is vanilla shuffled because the game did not seem to be particularly original today.
Ellendar back to Guma. It was a little bit of a walk to get to Guma, so I'm sure he's hoping not to have the game over and do this again. He's on the same attack and life levels here, so no additional benefit coming in and getting any levels.
I will just avoid saying anything to avoid a comms curse here.
He's close.
And as you say that, speaking of commentators' curses...
I just wanted to see how true that would be, but apparently very true. I'm sorry, Ellendar. I was just testing the universe.
The universe has a sense of humor, as does Sahabot. In the Ellendar fleet, apparently.
Oh, he's got 2 hits. As long as he just doesn't die. Oh no!
As you say that. There
okay.
We go, finally.
I looked away and there was the last hit. As I looked up, Guma was flashing, so we're good. Not enough for a level. Oh, not again. He's gonna go get the double level. Ellendar, you got no time for this.
Yeah, he's like,
time.
I've spent enough time in here. I'm out of here. Thinks about it, but decides he's just gonna get Magic 4 and get out of here. Which I think is the right choice with how much time he's sunk into it.
Yeah.
As Animus gets another magic jar here in the east.
2 deaths in this cave as well. I don't know if there's a Moa that's going to troll him on the way out. I'm not sure. Might have been a coconut, one of those big eyeballs that hit him and took off a truckload of damage. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to be walking out the slow way right now. Well, they're walking back out of Parappa.
I think he wants to keep that 975 experience, but man,
it's a slow hike back out of here. So,
yeah.
Nukasudo very well could be the answer, Night Shifter. I mean, we've got a few options here. We've got the Valley of Death Palace. We've got Three-Eyed Rock. One of those could be GP. We haven't seen that yet, but. You know, that aside. You've got Nukasudo. We do have the desert tile, if my memory's working right.
Yeah.
And this will be Thunder for Ellendar.
Alright, I was gonna say Animus could have taken a death in that cave, doesn't take a death, and is able to make it to Nukasudo.
There he is in Nukasudo, alright. Which leaves...
Oh! Okay, so Animus just got the hint that Guma sits on the cross. He will not be back to P5. P5 is going to be thrown off of his list of things to do. So he's not going to go back in there and spend any time in P5. That early dig into P5 going to be rewarded for that, especially after Ellendar taking that game over and having to dig back to Guma's room for a second time.
Yep. Fairy here for Animus means that the life spell is hiding out in Old Kasuto today, and Chad saying that 7 jars for the spell in Nukasuto,
yes.
for the item in Nukasuto. Classic.
We have spell
spells. Already have 6, so it's not the worst, but...
Are we not doing the check for the spell tower? Did I completely miss that?
The spell was in Naburu. I don't know. Do know he needs a trophy out of the East.
Is he really short? 96 magic? He's short for magic 4 spell cost? Wow.
I would be astonished. Night Shifter said he didn't pick it up. Oh no.
No, he's got it. He's got it.
I was gonna say.
He opened his menu before he left.
Is he just seriously short on that of all things at this level and 6 jars? That would be a particularly mean troll. We'll see his menu when he does that next. But that would be special.
That's a game over on the east. Wow.
Oh, that game over hurts.
That Tektite bullet sure did hurt at life 5. Wow.
Yeah.
Spell is 98 at Magic 4. He is too short. That's unbelievable.
That's actually kind of amazing. Magic 4, 6 jars, and you can't cast the spell.
I don't care.
Thanks, game.
I don't care what my opponent next week wants. We are not scheduling on Wednesday. Look at this. We have to double dip Maze Island. We have to double dip over to New Kasudo for both 7 containers and the spell tower. And we know that with the trophies around here somewhere, could be as you pointed out earlier, still be desert tile or water tile. Those are still out there. But now we do a ferry, so I guess we'll check the island tiles.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yes, thanks, game.
All we can hope for now is something's in Vanilla Shuffle DM.
There's a really good chance at the rate we're going, apparently. Considering we're not getting the new Kasudo items, we're not getting that water tile, we don't have a glove, we don't have a trophy, we're missing stuff.
Don't tease the audience with a good time. Oh man, these vanilla biomes. It'd be nice if this was GP. You have to step out. It is GP!
Oh, of course.
Time wasted.
Of course.
Any other way to waste your time? There it is. I mean, it was a check. I would have made the same check anyway, because it could have been anything that you could have done. And it's good to know that GP's there, so that now when we are on the east, we know that Death Valley is definitely in play, and it's not going to be like a 50-50 island Death Valley. Where's GP, you know? At least they'll have that information ahead of time. So that might be something that Ellendar runs into. Probably not going to get ferry and head back to the west before clearing more of the east, unless he takes a game over like Animus does, or Animus did. And so he might have to make that 50-50 guess on whether he thinks GP is going to be in Maze Island. On the Island Palace location or in Death Valley.
I don't... what did Ellendar just pick up there?
I was a flute. And we never saw the second item.
No, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure because I couldn't remember which one, which cave the flute was in.
Ellendar, a sliver away from dying. I don't know if it's worth going into P4 or killing this Octorok right here and then getting this level. Oh, never mind. No experience for a red jar. And then maybe just getting your health back and stuff. There's a... Oh.
Well, that's a death. Does have 2 lives left, so he will get that level, which is... but if that had been a game over... If that had been a potential game over, I probably would not have done that.
Just a magic level, though. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's just... Ooh, doesn't go back to P4 for the up and A.
Okay, just gonna keep
controlling our runners.
We'll see if Magic 5 maybe gets Spell to be castable.
That's true.
Because that was spectacular on that spell cost, which is amazingly fast. And that could be a real big difference maker right now in this race. Okay, 3 red rocks open. Okay, revealing for your 6. Alright. Desert tile incoming, giving us the boots.
Yeah, Animus probably would have liked to have had those before walking all the way down here.
Yep.
Would have been a quick.
So you found the pea bag, a magic jar, and the boots in the overworld on the east so far, and we know from hints that the trophy and child are also in the east. That means that at least one of those 2 items is in New Kasudo. Yay! The child does not require that, just lacks the shield spell, but the trophy does. That's a little concerning. Sir Tabla, how do you tell which palace it is? You look at the entrance. So there are different pillars types and window types as well for palaces 3 and 6 that will indicate which one is which. Let me go link a doc I put together that is a Z2R crash course. Literally, it's called. And you can see a official guide to them right there. Yeah, the glove is still outstanding, Night Shifter. Who knows where that is as we get our 7th Magic Jar of the Seed.
That would have helped Animus cast Spell in Nukasudo had he found that, but he dipped out, or did he game over? He game over in Maze Island is what that was, yeah.
Yeah, he game over before he could get back to that bottom left corner.
So that will definitely allow the cast of Spell, assuming that one or two things are true. Either Magic 5 brings Spell down in cost, or if not, then Ellendar does need to head into the Risen Peabag Cave to get the magic container out of there that Animus grabbed.
I would assume he goes there. I don't see a reason he wouldn't find that Peabag Cave at this point. That could hurt for Animus, because it's a 2 in 3 chance that the trophy is in Nukasudo. The other chances it's on a water tile, and Animus would have to go hiking back to Nukasudo for it. E3 it is here, by the way.
Yeah.
On Three-Eyed Rock, we find out by finding Rebo. I don't think we actually saw any windows. You can find out by spotting the windows in Palaces 3 and 6, which have the same entryways, or you can, just find the boss. That works too. Which leaves Palaces 1 and 6 between the Valley of Death and the Ocean Palace.
Life 5, I don't know if that's vanilla. I don't know if it's a little low, but it is about 2 heart containers or so. Maybe, it doesn't matter. Rebo's dead. I was going to say he hit Rebo twice, but doesn't really matter.
Rebo, not the most cooperative, but gets through. Ellendar dodges an impressive number of fireballs in that Wilson encounter and is also through.
Oh no, Ellendar not going to Risen Peabag Cave. I have to watch his menu when he opens it up to see.
He wants to up A at the Three-Eyed Rock Palace.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's low on this life, and I'm not sure how many he's got left. So I was going to check Old Kasudo after that.
Spell is 60 at Magic 5, so he's good there.
Alright. And it's going to come back later. Yeah, okay, Trail's confirming he was on his last life, so that makes sense to head to the palace first, before going anywhere else, because you don't want to come back here. Come hike all the way back, it's not a quick trip. Or maybe not, he apparently did have one life. None of us can read. Anyway, he's going now. Gonna find life in Old Kasudo and then move on.
Item in P3 here.
Yep, and it is a heart container. Alright, well...
Also known as not the glove.
Yes, indeed. We are running out of places for that glove to be. We have 3 items left in the west. Between the 2 in Nukasudo and the... 2 Nukasudo and Water Tile. We have the items out of Palaces 1 and 6. And we have the 2 items in Death Mountain. So 7 item locations tops for the glove, assuming that 1 and 6 aren't glove locked, that is. We'll find out.
Yeah, so Animus, if oh god.
Ooh,
The moment I say a runner's name, they're in trouble. If Ellendar goes to check this Risen Peabag Cave, he will do a full sweep of New Kasudo, whereas Animus now going into Death Valley, which is going to be 6 or 1 at this point. I mean, is that correct? Yeah, 6 or 1.
6 or 1.
And then he will have to go back to New Kasudo. He's either going to have to walk out of Death Valley all the way, or he's going to have to up an 8 and then come back to New Kasudo eventually. If this isn't where his missing heart, where the 8th heart container, magic container is at, then I don't know where that is. And I don't know how long it takes him to get back to New Kasudo. I don't know if he goes in there with just a spell cast and not also 7 magic containers. I don't know if you want to triple dip that place. So this is going to be something that is on their mind for sure.
Oh yeah, also Ellendar had a really rough time getting through that bridge encounter back from Old Kasudo, died twice in that last water pit, and then finally got to the palace to obey. That encounter can be pretty darn mean.
Yeah, it's those flies. I don't know what their actual names are, but I just call them flies that drop those rocks. Those things are so annoying at times.
Ellendar is going to be T3. Good call. You're here. Might as well.
Yeah, as he still definitely needs to go to that Risen Peabag Cave, though. That was just unfortunate that he was low on lives and health, and he probably didn't want to just go into that cave, because that's obviously could be Moa Central, even though he has the cross, it's still dark in there for him, and that doesn't you still get bopped by a Moa, and it's game over at that point.
Yeah. Hopefully he detours over there on his way to New Kasuto, because it is a bit out of the way now, unfortunately.
Clem hoping that the Death Valley Palace is 6 and that it's glove locked.
Oh, that would be spicy.
That would be a Z2R Wednesday seed, is what that would be.
Apparently so, because this was not great, the last seed was not great, and verdict is that is P6. A very, very yellow P6 at that.
Kind of a vomit yellow-green.
I am not a fan.
It smells terrible in there, I'm sure.
Oh, it probably reeks. Rather sulfur-colored, actually.
There you go.
Which sulfur does tend to smell like rotten eggs, so...
Ellendar with the clutch kill on Rebanak there, down to 1 heart container, and gets the last 4 hits in, dodging the beams. Very nice.
This room is that room is fun for Animus. The crumble bridges dodges the Doom Knocker very nicely. That is a glove lock in 6, and he's out of here.
Yeah, he's got to go back to Maze Island, which is where his magic container's at. And he's going to be checking Water Tile, and P1, I guess, is in Ocean Palace location today.
Yep. He also might try Death Mountain at this point. What's his magic level right now? Because we know it drops to 60 on Magic 5, so he doesn't need an extra magic jar to cast it, but he does still need it to get the item. And Ellendar, oh no.
He's on Magic 5. He is on Magic 5.
Also, Ellendar is going to go to New Kasuto before getting that magic jar. Ouch.
Well, I guess the only way this plays out positively is if he gets the progression item out of the spell tower, and then that's it, right? So assuming that the basement has nothing for us, that's beneficial for him, because he'll probably do the check.
The trophy, though the glove is running out of places to be at this point, because both could be in New Kasuto at this rate. There's not many places left. I totally missed that the water tile was there for Animus. Oops.
It was just a heart.
Okay, not it then. So Trophy and Child are confirmed to be the 2 items in the New Kasuto because they were hinted to be in the East, and we haven't seen either of the things, so that's the 50-50 for Ellendar. Which one's got the trophy? He really wants the trophy to be in the spell tower.
Yeah,
and Glove is either in in P1 or Death Mountain. Wahoo! We know it's not 6 because that's glove locked.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Nope, this is not, never mind, false alarm, not the item room. In fact, a dead end.
Alright, and here's the verdict.
That's the shield spell, I believe.
It was the shield spell, which...
7 magic containers.
I thought the reading was the shield spell of it. Oh, you mean the child was in the spell tower? Is getting
yeah.
Oh,
trophy behind 7 magic containers, yeah.
Oh, and Ellendar's up a... Well, they will be getting this magic jar for a bit, and we don't know where the 8th is.
It's probably going to be a Island Palace check from Ellendar at this point, and I don't know what to do. Like, given what we know, I don't know... I don't think either of our runners wants to go into Vanilla Shuffle DM until they absolutely have to. So I expect he'll be back. Oh, never mind. He's just going to go straight to
he's sailing
Water
back.
Tile.
Okay. This is going to be interesting because we are in an interesting spot at the moment as to where do we go next? Yeah, I think the glove and the 8th the glove is in Death Mountain. The 8th magic jar is either also in Death Mountain or sitting in P6 potentially, or that could be one of those could be here in P1. We haven't seen the item or a hint for it. Or is that going down nice and quick? Yeah, Ellendar's probably not thrilled about that heart container.
Yeah, we have glove, magic container, heart container. So it's simply our last 3 items. Is that correct?
Love Magic, Heart Container, and probably some kind of junk, yeah.
I guess.
Because we've got Palaces 1 and 6, and the 2 in Death Mountain are outstanding item spots, so 3 items and... because we know Candles in 4, so yeah, it's the 3 items and we've seen Cross. So yeah, it's the 3 items and like the P bag or something. Because there are a couple of junk items in the item pool, so one of those junk items is also outstanding. That junk item could be here in P1. That would be a troll.
Yeah, Animus is going to be headed there first, I imagine.
Yeah, and that's a reminder from chat too that Animus has to go back to P2 for that medicine later. Not in a rush because that only lacks Thunder, but he will need to go back eventually.
Drum roll. Aww.
And there it is.
Boo.
Aww. Boo. Ruining our dreams of a vanilla shuffle DM. Sad.
Well, if Animus goes back to Maze Island, although he probably won't without Reflect, so...
It is true, they both need to find a 7th magic jar from somewhere.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see Animus go... maybe he'll go straight into 6, hoping that what we know as the 8th magic container sits in 6.
Which is possible, it's either there or Death Mountain. One of those locations is not a great deal of options.
Yeah, with the boots, I might have been tempted to go back to Maze Island and just check that out real fast.
Ellendar finding his glove now. And Mrs. going for Spell Tower. He's gonna do a triple dip of Nukasudo here, and this feels really bad. Trails, we saw a hit that Karak rides with the candle, so we know that's out of the question. Or Karak disappears. Correction, wording. We know Karak disappears with the candle, which is why we know that's not in P4. Neither of them have marked it, and they will never find it, unless I doubt they'll ever pick it up. They might see it on their way through the Karak, but they will never pick that one up, unless because they really don't need it at this point in the game. But that is in P4.
Yeah, both of
them
them
picked up the cross that Animus does not have out of P5, and the medicine is from 2, which Animus knows about, just needs to backtrack for eventually, which will be a minor time loss at some point eventually, down the road.
It's so funny that one of our runners has a magic container from one spot and the other one has this from a different spot, and both of them had access to this spot. They just chose to skip that one for whatever reason was happening at the time, and it's obviously the answer. And the seed doesn't seem like it's that difficult knowing the information we have. It's just that given the way that they've played it and the way that both of them have played it, and both of them played it slightly differently, but it's just they're now being punished for that one thing that they didn't do on each side. And now that's what's going to hold them back here. And now I'm guessing we're going to see a P6 dive for Animus, which again, if it's not the magic container, the 8th one, he's going to be either back to Maze Island or into Death Mountain. So,
yep. Those are their options. Animus says, leaving a child behind, has no intention of ever going back to Duria, so it's not even going to spend the 2 seconds to pick it up. Just as good to head right out of there.
I'm on the phone with DCFS right now. Reported. A child needs a family.
Ellendar seems to be a little bit lost here in P1.
Yeah. He did find the item room backwards from where Animus did. And I think he's headed right back to the item room. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Nope, this is the item room. So he's headed back through the item room, which we're pretty sure Animus was able to reach Horsehead from that elevator behind us.
Yeah, Animus never came to this left side of the item room, so
yeah.
I've got no idea where Horsehead is, but this ain't it.
Okay, so actually I think it's down and right here, and yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Because Animus did the upstairs check first and didn't take that. He went down and right here, and that led him to Horsehead, I'm pretty sure. But there must be a full loop in here because he was able to hit the item room from the right side.
Yeah. And Animus is heading to P6 now, so we'll get our answer as to where is this magic jar?
I mean, I'm clearly hoping, that the 8th one is in Death Mountain, and we see a
both end up going there for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I expect Ellendar was more likely to go back to Risen P Batcave than to go dig Vanilla Shuffle DM. I'm less certain about Animus and hiking all the way back to Maze Island without Reflect. So we'll see, as Ellendar has beaten up P1 and is gonna place his 4th gem. So they're even on gems. Ellendar a little bit behind on Palace Exploration, but has a bit more items.
Yeah, if
Animus... pretty close between the two. Might come down to who finds that magic jar first.
Exactly. Yeah, Animus is going to have to do triple dip of Nukasudo and a triple dip of Maze Island.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going, Ellendar?
I don't think we got a Gerudia check from Ellendar yet, so he's probably just... I guess both, though, but with the... He has the child. I guess he wants the shield spell.
Upstep and shield, I guess, because P knows this is shield. He's gotten all the other spells in the game.
That's true. Upstab as well. You're right. Not getting a check from him earlier. Obviously, he wasn't able to grab Upstab. Probably just wants that. But child shield is probably a nice bonus. Whereas Animus won't have that. I doubt he's going back. Oh, he didn't grab the child, so never mind. Child left abandoned.
He's never going back. Yeah. Animus back into this painfully bright yellow 6. Small mercies, at least the background is solid black.
No, it's I see a brick pattern on the back of his. It looks like just a bad capture makes it almost black.
I guess, or at least visually it looks almost black, yeah.
It probably looks a little better on his screen, though, being that we're getting the bad NES capture.
Ooh, that's a death. That's happy 1 hour, everyone. It's been an interesting hour on this seed.
Ellendar back to the west. I wonder if we're going to see a Death Mountain dig at this point.
He might. Not. We'll see if he goes for that raft or heads south.
I can't really tell on Ellendar's tracker what he's got.
Magic.
Yeah, he doesn't have it checked off. It's still not checked off for him, so he knows that's there. But we'll see. I don't know if we see. Island Palace. Okay.
He's never been through the valley. He doesn't know this is the GP.
Yeah, that's that terrible 50-50 that you have to make, and it's easier to do this and know that GP is here. Oh no, sorry. I thought Animus was in our item room, but he's not.
Yep, and while we're at it, give our runners here a follow Ellendar and AnimusUnited, as well as Makoka Mariah, our Trekker Warlock, and Restreamer Psychonaut, who are doing double duty after a bit of a slugfest of a previous seed. Thank you for all your work.
Yeah, who knew that 2 seeds would be a 7-hour marathon of Z2R? I exaggerate, but still.
At least the seed is beatable so far.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we actually might go 5 hours. 5 or 6 hours. That would be something else. I don't think we will have an unbeatable seed unless somehow Death Mountain gets extra stupid. And even then, there's ways around it, so yeah.
Clem pointing out, we are almost halfway to 7 hours at this point. Very likely expected to reach that.
Were I going to miss his workout?
I had to shoehorn one in really quick before the 5:30 match, so we got it.
Yeah, it has been 3.5 hours since the 5:30 match started. We're going on 6 hours. 6 hours since you guys got pinged to set up for that 5:30 match, so... On 4 hours, sorry for that. So, fun times. Do some push-ups for every double dip.
Funny enough, no, the oven is not preheated. I was hoping to have some pizza tonight, but I don't think they're going to be delivered. I think this is probably going to be ending a little late for me to place a delivery order for some pizza.
Also on the others, Ellendar is gonna go for it, so this will be his go mode as Animus is continuing to dig this bright yellow 6.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. But it would be interesting if both of our runners find their magic container in their locations, and then they're both going to rush to the basement. Unfortunately, Animus would still technically be ahead at this point because Ellendar still has to do all of 6, which is looking a little trolly.
That's assuming that the magic jar is in 6.
Yes. Yeah.
There is no guarantee that this magic jar is in 6. It's only a 1 in 3 chance. The other 2/3 is that it's sitting in Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain. At which point Animus has a tough choice. Does he hike all the way back to Maze Island without Reflect to go get the magic jar to get Reflect? Magic jar to get Trophy to get Reflected would be the palace in Maze Island, or does he go to Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain? Both options suck.
Yeah, it could be a very interesting dilemma. As a runner, that's not a dilemma you want to find yourself in.
No.
Yeah, both of those are quite a walk. It's no matter whether you're going back to Vanilla Shuffle DM, you're obviously going to up an A either way, but it's still, does he remember where he didn't cover on Maze Island? I don't know. I don't know.
It's been a while since he was there, and it is hard to remember things.
Thank you for all the. I love all the pizza delivery options I now have. We'll see. We'll see. I've got some food in the freezer. It's okay. We're not going to starve tonight. But I would like some delicious pizza. There's our trophy.
So that is Ellendar in official item go mode at an hour 40:40. An hour 04:40. Sorry, words. So Ellendar is now in let's go get Reflected beat palaces mode. He's probably gonna just get beat P6 while he's in this bit of the map before heading back to the west.
Not a bad idea at all.
Because he does not want to hike back down here. It's not particularly fast. I hope this doesn't go an hour 40, but if GP is a real mess, it might.
So we're seeing Animus
6 is long.
Yeah, we're seeing Animus have to deal with a lot of blue Iron Knuckles damage and Doom Knocker smacking him in the face, and he doesn't have the shield spell. I don't know if he'd be using it if he did, but Ellendar might be able to survive a little bit longer with that shield spell if he decides to use it here.
Ellendar making a quick pit stop at P3 to get its lives back. Good choice. Valley of Death can be a bit sucky, and this gets you more fairy feats too. Speaking of fairy feats, nicely done. Yeah, this 6 is a mess. Which is good for Animus in that Ellendar will also probably be in here for quite a while looking for Barba. So it's not like Barba's quick and then you spend another 15 minutes looking for the item. So that is good for Animus, but it doesn't feel good if you're Animus that you're still not finding anything in here.
Wow.
More
so it looks like it's
dead end.
Yeah, it looks like it's some left action here in P6, which, as you mentioned, it's unlikely Ellendar is just going to start taking some random lefts in P6. It's possible, but probably unlikely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true that Ellendar won't have to search out the item in 6, but depending on how much of a folklore this ends up being before you find Barba, that might not be much of a time save, if at all, is the thing.
Well, is this our magic container for Animus, or is it into Death Mountain, Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain, or back to Maze Island for him?
Answer is... Oh, he got lucky today. Nice.
Yeah, very, very lucky. That could have been terrible.
Yeah, that really could have. Yeesh.
All right, well, hoping Ellendar's hoping that he finds Barba pretty early into this palace. Probably not super early, but like you say, he doesn't have to find the item. We might just see him dip out of that.
Yeah, but considering how messy this has been for Animus, unless Ellendar makes some lucky routing that Animus did not, because it could still be a pretty much full clear, because Animus is doing a full clear of this 6. The two items in Death Mountain are a heart container and junk. Yeah, trails, either a jar or a pea bag or one or something. They don't care.
Ellendar into what looks more like a goldenrod color for me, as opposed to Animus's toilet water. It's always interesting to compare the palettes between the capture on the NES and the emulator.
I'm sorry, your choice of word this stuff for Animus.
Well,
I was thinking butterscotch for Ellendar.
Yeah, that works too. There you go. That does work. Well, I didn't. There's another word I could use, but we'll just keep it sort of PG.
Ellendar's does look more like a vanilla GP color, yeah. We did have a true caramel color in P2 earlier, and at least one on our side, so caramel and butterscotch seems kind of appropriate.
I guess you could say like a neon yellow, perhaps, as well. That would be a safe description, potentially.
This is very neon for Animus, yeah.
Oh, there's our Barba, okay.
There we are.
The race is on.
Finally.
Ellendar needs to find his dead ends, moving right, and then just pick the right direction, moving left. Easy.
Yep. Easy. Highlighter yellow, that's another good description
Yeah, there
for
you
this
go.
game.
Yeah.
Electric yellow, yeah.
Oh, he does have some more choices. I thought this was the initial branch. Okay, I think we're going to see a duplicate room with this elevator that Ellendar is on right now. I think we're going to see that twice in here. I think he's going to be in here for a hot minute.
Yeah, at this point I think Animus getting bailed out by the jar in 6. Ellendar's going to have to hope for some real messy stuff in GP at this rate.
Yeah, well, is he going to walk out of Death Valley to go get his trophy? Or Ellendar still has to turn it in as well. But he doesn't have to go to New Kasuto, whereas Animus does. Are we walking out of Death Valley, or are we up and A-ing? I guess we'll find out in just a moment.
It's a pretty long hike either way.
All right, we're going to up and A.
Okay, I'm honestly not sure which one's faster, because it's
Neither
a
do
long
I.
trip either way. Because either you're going back to the Valley of Death, or you're stuck with all the Wilson encounters getting back south. Neither are fun. I think the Valley might be slightly faster than the Wilson encounters, but it's a sucky trip.
Ellendar eating maces for dinner here from this Doom Knocker, serving it up.
Yep.
Not enough for Fairy. Oh, he does have enough for Fairy. Wow.
Just barely, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think he did. That's why I was trying to make those jumps, but apparently he does have enough.
Yep, and we are reminded that Animus does still need to get that medicine out of here. I forgot about this when calculating how far ahead he is. Oops.
Okay, so we need both of our runners to end up in GP at the same time. That would be hot. I'd like to see that.
Oh, same, because this has been a very interesting back and forth race so far.
Yeah, see? Doom Knocker serving up an amazing diet. Thanks, Clem.
Thanks, Clem.
Yeah, I don't think the item was too deep in here. I don't remember Ellendar spending too much time in here, but I guess that depends on routing choice. You could end up in the wrong direction for an extended period of time.
Yeah, Animus is probably also trying to remember where he went earlier to get to Helmet Head, so to not go that way.
Very true.
Though it's been a long while since he was last here, so who knows how much he remembers.
So Ellendar, I'm not sure. This is an elevator room, but I don't remember which direction he needs to take. He needs to find a different elevator room. Oh, going back for the jar. I was like, why did he just take another mace to the face? But that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, P2 is P5's little brother. P2 is one of the longer palaces, actually, and can be quite bad. Animus checking through P2. He's going somewhere.
Yeah, I remember the second glove block on Ellendar's. on Ellendar's side here. We saw that on Animus' side. I just don't remember if it leads to a dead end or not. It leads to Hammer Cave's entrance, but repurposed Death Mountain room for our palaces.
Yep.
Speaking of Death Mountain caves, also on Animus' side is a Death Mountain cave. Okay, so this is the duplicate room that I thought we were going to see. He needs to go up and left from here. We've got dead ends to the right on both the top and bottom of the side junction. Should be an immediate dead end here. He'll turn around right away.
Yep.
All right, so we got Animus backtracking through this room. He was just in this room, I believe. This is just coming down to the wire here. It's like all Ellendar needs to do is just find the boss and go back to Rudo, and then hit a.
Unfortunately, this is not an immediate dead end.
Yeah, I think it's right here though. Yes,
you are correct. Same dead end as the one at the top of the eye shaft.
So at this point, he's definitely impatient. He's like, "Where's the stupid dragon? Here's our item room for Animus." Oh no.
All right, so he is out of here.
Yeah, so 3 screens.
Him getting out of here before Ellendar gets out of 6 is good for him.
Yeah. He's still got 3 screens of Mito. The basement turn in to get the spell. Then I'm sure he's going to walk out of Mito as well. That's another few seconds to get out of there. Hit up the raft. Go south to New Kasuto, which is still a little bit of a hike. Get that out of the basement and then up an A. And yeah, so okay.
For this.
Yeah, Ellendar about to hit Barba here in a few rooms. I think once we see another elevator, which not just yet, perhaps the next room, and that's going to lead to our outdoor Barba. So this is going to potentially be close here as we walk into GP.
I think Ellendar is going to beat Animus too.
I think so.
Actually, despite clearing P6 much later, he's done the errands as Jack still is doing.
Sorry, I misremembered. This is the wrong way. We had checks from both of our runners on this room here.
Okay, so a little bit longer, but I think these errands might take Animus a bit too long. But it's very close right now between these guys. We won't know for sure who's going to win until they turn up on Darklink, and even then, that's not guaranteed.
Yeah, my fault. I keep forgetting we have P4 still in the mix. The whole reason to get the trophy is to get the Reflex Belt, to be able to do P4. It's completely slipped my mind at this point. I'm just thinking that GP is the next step.
Oh dear. Are we robots? Chat putting Mr. Destructoid Demote in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a robot, but you're definitely a robot for me. So Ellendar does grab that extra magic container. Gonna give him all 8. Not sure if that's gonna be something that comes into play coming GP. Again, him having the shield spell and potentially a few more casts of whatever he may need in a clutch moment. Maybe another life cast and whatnot. We have seen both of our runners grab life. And I don't know. Those little things, those little nuggets can pay off at times. It all comes down to finding this dragon for Ellendar. Have we transformed out of our Autobot form, Star? Or maybe she's a Decepticon.
Hello?
Hello.
There we are. Okay, you are loud. Discord being stupid with audio once I restarted and connected to a new, and connected to a different network, because sometimes that helps. Also, for some reason, it took Discord from my usual 12 or 14 audio to 26 while I was doing that, so you deafened me for a second. Thanks, Windows. Much appreciated, but we're back.
Money Mercs in chat saying maybe a GoBot. What, Leader 1? That's the only GoBot I remember. I had those toys when I was younger. We're getting a basement check from Animus here. He's going to find his trophy as Ellendar is on our dragon.
Attack 4 is not making a dent this far.
Wow, everyone's still at attack 4.
Low attack levels. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even recognize that until you pointed it out.
I didn't either, but Ellendar is going to be one more than Animus and potentially. I'm not sure what this 2360 is, but see, it's 467 for Animus. And 2470 is his next level, so I think 2360 might be attack. 2360 might be life 7, and then 2360 is attack 7. Or no, life 7 is 2360, attack 5 is 2470, might be what it is. Also, am I still being a robot?
Yeah, it's going in and out. Probably some packet loss between you and it might not even be the server. It might just be something local to you in your area. You got all the torrents running in the background, just totally sucking up all the bandwidth, all those illegally downloaded movies, those shows that you're watching after tonight's race. Anyway, done with P6 for Ellendar. Off to Rudo to get the Reflect spell. Animus going... where's Animus going? Does he have Reflect? I think he has Reflect. Did we miss that? We saw the child pick up. We're going... I assume we're going back to Maze Island right now. Yeah. He does... Okay, he does have Reflect. Perfect. He's going to be headed to Maze Island first. Okay. Interesting. What a trolley P6. Ellendar had to spend so much time in there, but so did Animus, to be fair. They both spent a similar amount of time in there. And so no real time saves for Ellendar. And at the end of the day, Animus able to perhaps squeeze out this extra time due to not having to get that second item in Maze Island and the item out of P5 that Ellendar did dig out of there, just being the cross at the end.
Yep. Alright. Restarted a couple more things. I hope I'm better, but if it's my internet, there's not much I can do.
Animus with a heavy down on the D-pad there, digs right into the room. Does a little remodeling. Ellendar off into onto the east now, and very encounter for him, very quick to get out of here. He's gonna be headed to the water, headed to the bridge, headed to the palace. P4 on Maze Island.
Chat noting 1853 entry to P4 for Animus, thank you.
Yep, looking like that 60 second there. Oh, Ellendar, where are you going?
Well, he could maybe get a shortcut, but nope. You can't. Got just a smidge lost, so was a tad over 1 minute behind getting in.
I don't know if we saw any real divergence yet on Animus' side. I don't know if we saw any elevators or anything. He might just be holding right.
He might be, I'm not sure. Chat confirming so far, it has been very linear. That's good to know. That's good for Animus, not so much for Ellendar.
Yeah, see, at this point, it's like if you were Ellendar and you knew that Animus was just a few rooms ahead of you and you were this close, you'd obviously just be, ignoring so much of the stuff. And you don't know that. And so you're still kind of killing things along the way because combat is satisfying and things of that nature. So I don't know. I know both of our runners are trying to go, especially at the 80-minute mark.
Yeah, it does not feel good to be at 80 minutes and you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thanks, Campbell. I guess I really will have a 100% completed tracker for Ellendar and just said no to it both simultaneously at the same time.
All right, here's our first elevator. Is this going to be Karak immediately? No, it's a down and left. Animus opting not to take the gamble on the left. Death to the Doom Knocker instead. Yeah, Doom Knocker's definitely been serving it up in this seed. Oh, it is a down and left. Okay. Immediate dead end. So far, pretty linear still. P4 can be a little bit longer as well if it rolls up, so we'll see how deep Karak is into this bad boy here. Elevator room for Animus. We'll see if this leads to Karak, although that would kind of be a short P4, so probably not.
Yep.
Decorative elevator room there. Back to linear. We are we are down a heart container on Ellendar's side. Do we remember where Animus picked up an additional heart?
P3, maybe? That's the one that's coming to mind.
I guess I don't remember.
Because I thought he got the one off, I think, the water tile.
Well, Animus has got one extra heart, and Ellendar has one extra magic container, although I know where that came from. It came from P6. And Animus putting in special codes as he fades his screen out for just a moment. He's placed all 6... Yeah. Placed all 6 gems, and he's going to be off to the Island Palace here as Ellendar still a few rooms behind in P4.
Yep.
I think
P4 being in long dick too, because the game just isn't nice today.
Yeah, I think our 60-second lead for Animus has maybe extended to a 2-minute lead at this point, something like that. We'll just have to compare times again as we walk into GP.
Yeah, because I think Ellendar got a bit lost here in 4.
I was gonna say, well, it was linear the whole way. It was one dead end at the one branching path, and then elevator down, and then back to the right.
Oh, wait, no, but just some, I don't even know, then just some like minor things that just added up, I guess.
Yeah, it could have been like some slower combat hits, spending some more time on killing some of the enemies, whereas Animus might have just been bodying damage and downstabbing across all of those enemies.
It's actually chat saying just about a minute.
Well, 1:24:20 is when the barrier went up on Animus' side, at least on the ZSR timer here.
Got a pretty nice shade of blue here for GP.
I'm seeing a purple on my side.
Bluish purple, I guess, yeah. More blue than... yeah, Insta Fairy Block is always fun, and the King Bot. Thanks, game.
Looks like 2 fairy blocks right there, back to back.
Yeah, basically.
That's a pretty cheap fairy.
Oh! Okay. Hi, T-Bird!
Well, we got some choices after T-Bird. Oh, and having to take a death now because of that second fairy cast in this next room. Otherwise, he would have had enough magic to cast Thunder. We'll see if Ellendar gets trolled by the same King Bot.
Yeah.
All right, so it is over a minute now for entry because it was 1:24:20 on barrier up. Animus' side. Ellendar still not in GP just yet.
Nope. Gonna be closer to 2 minutes here. 1:24:20 and 1:25. 43. So 1 minute and
about 83 seconds.
Yeah, about 83 seconds.
And it's kind of like the emphasis on combat, and when it's time to go, it is time to go. There's no more time for killing anything. There's no more time for extra experience from something. You know, if you need to take a gem that's worth 6 experience, you take that gem, it's time to go.
Yeah, speaking of combat, Ellendar deciding to beat up that spicy chicken right at the start.
Animus is 1 hit left on this. Oh, on both of them. Okay.
There we go. Oh,
we up an A's!
He did not get the fairy, unfortunately, and decided to get that life back.
Oh, Ellendar does have more magic containers as well. That might have helped him had he gotten that fairy off. He might have not had to take the death on T-Bird. So anyway, up an A from Animus on top of that.
Yep. So Ellendar thankfully decides to not try and fight that spicy chicken. Also, I think fairy is stupid cheap now on Magic 6.
Yeah, it looks like 20-something.
Yeah, about 3/4 of a bar, it looks like.
Yeah, Animus. Ellendar definitely has 79 magic left for this. Both walking into T-Bird's room. Only one walking out currently, though.
Yep.
Commenting on having shield earlier might help Ellendar in GP. It's not going to help on Thunderbird, unfortunately. But
yep.
Ellendar really has no choice other than to get this Thunderbird down on this first attempt. He doesn't know that, but if he takes another death, this could very, very, very well set him further back.
A couple immediate forks here past T-Bird.
Did we see another fairy block at the bottom of that elevator?
Might have been. And fairy blocks might be what makes a difference with Ellendar's higher magic capacity, because Ellendar can cast fairy more often than Animus can on one life.
We've also got a 50-50 jar coming up in the next room for Ellendar. I don't think we saw Animus do it because he didn't need it, but we'll see if Ellendar remembers that. And it's going to be in a cluster of 4. It's going to be the fourth statue right here. Nope. 4-way elevator for Animus here. We got options.
We've got options. And Ellendar also had... Okay, it takes a look at this right and it's going to go down. Animus went up top right at this first elevator shaft. We'll see where Ellendar chooses. He is also going to go top right. Okay.
Yeah, another 50-50 jar as well in that 4-way in that statue that's glove blocked, but see if Ellendar goes in for that.
Mm-hmm. It does get a 1-up, which is nice to have. Takes a look at that elevator. It's going to head right.
Am I seeing that correct? As an upstep block? Was that a vertical or a 2-shaped upstep block on that top of that elevator that Animus and Ellendar have shown us? I didn't catch it.
I didn't either, unfortunately. Hopefully someone in chat did.
Elevator for Animus here. This could be Darklink right here. Looks like an emoji. Ellendar a little damaged.
Yeah, also taking the top of this elevator shaft.
Oof, I don't know if I want to be damaged in having this bird here. Oh, there's a firebird.
Yep.
Yeah, that probably would have been me trying to get out a 50-50 jar from that 4-way elevator so I could cast life, but I wouldn't have picked up life to begin with, so who am I kidding? Just kidding. Actually, Jay Coper, they both have picked up life. I believe that's what was in Raru right off the bat, wasn't it?
No, life was much later. That was an old Kasuto.
Oh, new Kasuto, correct, yes.
Old Kasuto, not
old.
New.
Old Kasuto. New Kasuto is fairy.
Oh.
Details about the race. They're foggy.
I don't know, I didn't cast in. That does look like a loop. Not going left for Ellendar. Okay.
Double bridge encounters for Animus. One of them timid, one of them with flying heads, possibly dots, so 2 flying heads instead. Oh, a good room, a real good room with some flying dots in here. We like this.
Alright, back to this 4-way for Ellendar. Where does he go now? He's gonna head middle right here. This is new.
This is a drop room for Animus. We saw this in the previous one. It's one of the 2 pass-through drop rooms.
Yeah, has Animus gone the way Ellendar's going yet? I'm not sure.
I think so. There's the pit room, and then we're going to see this reverse paperclip here.
Wasn't sure if we'd seen the same pit room or a different one. Yeah, we need to have some kind of divergence for Ellendar, because I think they are still following basically the same route.
So that looks like a loop. So that's good information for Animus. He might actually know the way. But then again, Ellendar saw a loop as well. So if we see Animus simply backtrack and cover Ellendar's footsteps, then he's not going to make any further progression necessarily.
No. Ellendar is progressing through this Bubbles and Waffles room.
If you got bubbles in your waffles, someone did not cook them correctly. Oh!
Some really big bubbles at that. Ouch, man.
Yeah. Some uncooked batter there.
Because there were 2 giant bubbles in that room. I had a chicken out to the left.
Yeah, Animus took that death 1 room in, and so he's going to be down 1 life. Not sure what Ellendar is probably going to do the same thing. He's going to see the pass-through drop room. He's going to check to the right, and then he's probably going to head back to the drop and see that it's a loop to the other side of it, and that's going to be that, and he's going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But if Animus goes up, so far we've got this elevator right here. We've got a right it's either a right or a left fairy room, and I don't remember which direction it's facing. And we might have something else down here. Okay, so it's a left-facing fairy room. Okay, so there's an elevator here through this tough room. This could be our Dark Link. Ellendar seeing that drop room, gonna take the drop, and he's just gonna land right in the room behind him. This would be a pretty short GP if this was it. I have to imagine there's more rooms back here.
I think so. Refresh my comps page. Internet fried again.
That, in fact, is not correct. Where do we go? Ellendar was going the right way the first time. Or no? It's the upstab block, isn't it?
I think it might be the upstab block, yeah. Jeez.
Yep. Ellendar needs to take that. Wow. Because this is the bottom of the fairy room here. Yep. Now Animus knows it as well.
Animus, they both have upstab. He is also not going there.
Animus still going to be in the lead, though. This is the elevator he needs to go up and left on.
Oh, never mind. I got lost. Oops. Again.
So if Ellendar makes a different decision, he could just go through here just for the hell of it, because this is just another branch he hasn't gone down, and sometimes up and left is your friend. In this case it is. Onto another drop! Whoa!
Jeez, more drops and more chickens. Top of the L7. Okay.
Ellendar has seen this loop already. He knows he came from this direction, but he hasn't gone left here, and this is unfortunately the left that he doesn't need to take. He needs to go up and right, and then up and left. This
yeah. At this point, Animus is pretty substantially ahead of us. Game over. The movie room sucks.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. He is down that one life, so if there's something trolly, and there could be definitely trolly in this room, there's 3 potential trolls. There's the bird, there's the rope, and then there's nothing. Okay. It's preschool up in this room. Oh! There it is.
There it is.
Probably unlikely he'll take 3 hits. I think he's still got at least 3 heart containers left up there.
We'll find out.
Oh, there's 1 hit. Oh! Oh! Oh, Ellendar! You gotta go find the path, my man! I don't think Animus is gonna take 7 hits, though, here, so... That's a pretty tall order.
Yeah. Also, Animus' stream picked a perfect time to not quit. He's back a few.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ellendar trying to farm out this red jar at this point. The only thing that's going to save Ellendar is another death for Animus, but I don't think it's very hard to get that to happen here. Shield not really coming through for Ellendar after all in GP here. Haven't seen a lot of shield casts.
And that'll be GG's to Animus. Gonna go to 2-0 here in Swiss with an official racetime.gg time of 1:37:09. Ellendar decides to hit in the immediate I'm done with it, and he apparently has words to say.
I'm actually not watching the race room. I didn't click into this race room here earlier, so. Okay, I see. Yeah, we're gonna definitely be getting some interview action from both of these runners.
Yep. See Ellendar in the waiting room. Gonna wait until Animus turns up and then I'll tell him goes in.
It's funny though. Again, if that 7th magic container trolling both of them in 2 different locations, each having found the opposite one, both being locked out of the basement for so long, and oh my god, it was right there the whole time under both of their noses, just in different directions, and they could have been done with this. I don't know. I'd say at least 15 minutes ago, based on just uncovering the overworld items like that.
Yeah, this could have gone very differently if either of them had not needed to make multiple trips to New Kasuto this seed. Alright, hi Ellendar, GG's.
That was a roller coaster.
Yes, it was. What a seed there. Vanilla, vanilla, and more vanilla.
Ordinarily, I'd say vanilla is an advantage for me because I'm the only one who likes it, and so I seem to have played it a lot. And in the end, despite how trolly GP was, I think the thing that cost me was almost certainly Guma.
Yeah. Hi, GG's.
I mean, it was still I still had a coin flip left on which left it was in GP, but
well,
GG.
GG.
Yeah, you guys were only a minute 20 going into GP, and yeah, if you'd made that left, it might have been quite a bit closer. There was quite a few different routes it could have taken in there.
I don't feel like I routed badly. It's just there was 8 million forks, and you had to choose that specific left.
Well, I want to take a step back in this seed a little bit. Can we take a step back in this seed? Because it was a little ridiculous. I don't know if y'all noticed when you were playing. It was a little more ridiculous from our end.
I mean, none of my gambles paid off, so that's kind of, well, sort of.
No, straight vanilla. I don't know.
Not going to Valley of Death ended up being a really good call, so I'm happy there. But
well, yeah. Animus wants to share a little bit with that as well. Hold on. Here's what happened early on. Y'all both know that the 7 magic containers were blocking the trophy to get reflect. Here's what happened. Animus, you're over on Maze Island. You find the flute, you game over, and you don't find the other item, which was a magic container. Then when you're in the south of the east, you go into Risen P-Bag Cave, which was a magic container, and you walk into New Kasuto with 6 magic containers as a result, missing that 7th one from Maze Island. Ellendar finds the magic container on Maze Island, but is low health, low resources, passes by Risen P-Bag Cave, and goes to P6 or P3-Eyed Rock Palace, and up and A's there, completely avoiding Risen P-Bag Cave after that. Both of you having 6 magic containers going into New Kasuto, having to double dip for Animus and triple dip for you. And you abandoned the child as a result.
I only double dipped. I had the child.
No, you did. But Animus
had triple dip, man. Child was good.
Well, Animus went in with an uncastable spell. It was 98, and he only had 96 magic at 6 magic containers.
Yeah, that was pretty silly.
I didn't end up in New Kasuto until like 40 or 45 minutes in or something like that. Like, I held off a long time and decided to do palaces, and that was a great decision, right? I have opinions about that 5.
Well,
5 is something.
Not to make you feel worse about the 5, Animus did it at attack 3, and or I think it was attack 3, and he did it first, and then he left the item behind, which ended up benefiting him at the end.
The item wasn't that far. The thing that was that far was game overing.
Yeah, that too.
That cost me. I mean, I don't know how far off I was from beating Animus at the end, but there weren't that many left, and if I was 5 minutes faster coming into GP, bet I probably would have won.
It was the upstamp block. That was the path.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there was 2 lefts I knew that were still left, and I was heading towards one of them, and it's just I took every right first, and that was just not it.
Yeah.
Moral of the story: don't die to Guma.
Yeah, Ellendar had a really bad day on that Guma. We comms cursed you a few times. Sorry about that.
I was one hit away twice.
Yeah, but I did it. I comms cursed you on purpose one time, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know. That's fair.
Where I was tempting fate there.
I don't know. I think this one's worth a watch back no matter who you are. It was, as long as it's a longer race, obviously, you can just speed it up the VOD, but you could see the choices that each of you were making. And it was like, we had all the information from the booth, and, you know, it was almost frustrating at times to see one person go one direction and then miss one item, another person go another direction and miss one item. And, I don't know. The seed was not as punishing as it seemed. Had both of you had the trophy earlier on, I think that would have helped immensely. And you would have not, you would have just kind of done things in kind of a linear fashion. But I don't think you made any wrong choices in a tournament race. You're like, I got to check this. Because Ellendar, you skipped out. You both skipped out on looking at the Parappa Palace when you guys were over in the Parappa Desert. You both went to the grass tile and then dipped out and didn't even check the palace. And then both of you skipped. No. Then eventually, I may have this slightly out of order, but I think Animus went P5 first, correct? And then you went to P2 in its vanilla location, but you didn't have the hint for the medicine. So you dipped out of there, not picking up the medicine, whereas Ellendar already had the hint for the medicine, knowing that Helmet had it, and when he was in P2, got the medicine. It was just one swift go through, get it all, and then leave. So this was the crisscross and the mistakes and the changes all throughout this that really added up in time. And overall, again, if you had played the seed, quote unquote, the right way, it was probably just over an hour or something, because everything was technically in order. It's just that you all found it in different orders from which it was meant to be found. And it's all because of just whatever circumstances were happening at that time. Mm-hmm. It's just very interesting. It's just kind of wild. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It was a fun one for sure. It's randoed you both today. But GG, so that puts you up to 2-0 Animus, I believe, and an Ellendar 1-1. Not too bad positioning for you, especially Animus going into Swiss round 3.
Yeah. I mean, bunch of vanilla today, so I avoided Death Mountain. I don't know if Death Mountain was vanilla too, but I'm guessing
it was vanilla. It was vanilla shuffled.
Oh yeah, never mind. So yeah, not even the magic container there.
No, we had a laugh at the seed. We were hoping for your sake that there wasn't the 8th jar in there, because we don't know when you were going back to Maze Island for that one.
I was gonna go there after P6. Honestly, I didn't go there till I got the boots, which I knew it'd be easier to navigate then. So I was probably gonna go back there, and then not there, I would have went into P4.
Okay, yeah. P4 was intended to be like Candle at some point in the West, I think.
Yeah, he walked through it. Glove blocked P4 too, so not that it really mattered at that point, but Glove blocked P4 and P6.
Yep.
Well, it was important that I lose this one anyway, because that puts me back into Zarnax's bracket.
I was just about to say, Zarnax getting a bye, putting him at 1-1 here.
It'll happen sooner or later. Wouldn't be a turnout without it.
The rivalry continues. Yeah, GG's to you both. I do think that's about it for us. There's like that one is out.
Alright, so thank you for coming along to my vanilla showcase of the Zelda 2 Randomizer. Hope you all enjoyed it. GG's to both Ellendar and Animus for a fantastic match there. Please be sure to go and follow them. Links are all in the chat there. That about wraps it up for the Zelda 2 randomizer coverage tonight on Zelda Speedruns. Thanks to both Star and to Mariah for the excellent commentary. Please make sure you go and follow them. And thanks also to Warlock for tracking both those races. Be sure to go follow him as well. We've got one more match scheduled in Swiss Round 2 at the moment. That is Z2R versus Shatti. I hope I pronounced those names right, but I'm sure we'll see. That is happening at 11 o'clock Eastern on Friday. Channel details to follow on the schedule soon enough. Elsewhere across the Zelda Speedruns network, we have some action going on in the Link to the Past No Major Glitches League. We have 2 Dark World Round 3 matches happening. There's one happening in about 40 minutes between Spleevely and Shimo, I believe is how you pronounce that. And then there's one happening at about 3 o'clock Eastern, another Dark World Round 3 match between Foxlist and Arroyo. Both of them are on Zelda Speedruns. All the information will be on the schedule. And hey, while you're hanging around here, maybe consider dropping us a follow. It's a good way to keep in touch with us and to help support the channel a lot. For the moment, though, we are going to send you over to do something a little bit different. We are going to send you to a friend of the stream called Emo Soda, who's currently doing an an all instances run of Oracle of Ages. So be sure to get over there, be sure to show them some love. Thank you all so much for watching both these matches. Hope you all had a fantastic time. My name is Psychonaut, and have a fantastic rest of your time. So bye now.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.